Hi people, that's me again. I just wanna vent a little bit. Vent, vent. It's just, I remember first time that I did videos on YouTube is because I saw some father that he had problem communicating with his children and they never did put the toilet paper on place. So they just had the empty roll there, and he decided to make this video and show on YouTube how simple it was to change it when the toilet paper roll was empty. And then I thought it was funny, and I started doing, oh, there is a certain way you have to put the dishes on the dishwasher. That they never listened to me. Maybe they would if there was a video on the YouTube. So, and then I have this difficult experience in my life, and I feel I didn't get uh, approved to get therapy subsidized by the government in Norway, and then I just realized it could be something therapeutic to be talking about some things that I like to talk about it. I went to some free voluntary therapy, and then what you do is just talking and trying to analyze yourself basically. So that I'm doing that, but my purpose is not to be professional in anything. I just feel maybe some things that I come to conclusion myself can be also helpful for other people. Maybe one day I learn how to use this platform, these tools better, but I don't have any type of ambition with this. It's just maybe some people out there have the same problem that I'm going through, and maybe we can learn together something. I think things are changing so quickly, and people have to start to think inside themselves. There was a time in my lifetime that we're we became very, very, very much superficial and don't talk about feelings and what really matters in life. So that's why I'm doing these videos. I, of course, could do better, but I'm not worried about that. I'm more worried about putting out there in the universe and maybe help someone. Even though I don't have many visualizations, very few people subscribe, but I had a couple of people that more help with the have them a little bit opening with the flying monkey stuff, with the narcissistic stuff. A lot of people go through this kind of stuff and have nowhere to go. So if I'm the channel to help this, I'm really happy. I don't need to know. You don't have to tell me. If you want to talk to me, you can message me, but I don't need to tell. I feel happy that I might help someone even without knowing it. And it can be something so we know we are mortals, we can die anytime. And I have children, so it could be a good thing for my children to have some memory of me. Not because we are in different stages. The children are children, they're not interested in what I'm interested in now, but maybe later when they are adults, maybe they are going through some kind of difficulties like they are now, and they have more understanding of life. I think it's kind of fun to do that because of it also. Yeah, but yeah, that's it. I just like to do that and explain that's not something that I have ambitions with. I'm still recuperating from these documentaries I watch, because the thing with this Michael Jackson thing, he was very relevant in culture all over the world. And this thing always in the back of my mind, like the way with the abuse with my daughter. I remember when she was very young, before when I left my ex-husband, her father, because he was violent to me. But also before I left him, I was making a plan. That's very important. I didn't have any information about how to protect yourself in the case of domestic violence, but instinctively I was making a plan. I found a job. I have never worked before. I found a job. I had a plan. I was gonna leave, but then right before I was already planning that, then my daughter talking to me. She was very young, was 5 years old. Then she tells me, "Mommy, Daddy tinkles there, down there, in the private parts." Then I was shocked. I didn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. And then I talked to my I had just found a job, and I talked to my coworkers about that. And they, "Oh, you don't know if this is true, if she's just a baby. You, you know, it wasn't like today. It was a long time ago." One of my boss was saying that I should go to the police, but I was so unprotected. I had so bad experience with the police that I didn't think it was worth it to risk. He was already violent with me. He could have killed us. And then I decided that I would just leave him. It was the best thing I did in my life. I had to hide for months because he was after me to kill me. So until he calmed down, I had to hide. So I think, I don't know if I was better prepared, if I should do better. I don't know. But all I know is that after I left and I had many things to do, I had to take care of myself. I didn't think about it until she came as a teenager and talk about again. I remember I was abused. So this Michael Jackson things really bring a lot of memories that are not pleasant, but I guess so we can survive. We make up stories in our head how things should have been, but that's not what reality is. Sometimes you have just to face the reality so you can make things better. So that's what I did. I did what I could so we could survive. And I can feel the pain of these families with the Michael Jackson thing. And I also analyze the attitude of the predator in my case, like Michael Jackson was. So, but before anything can be done against a predator, people come out, people talk about it. And I remember my husband that I'm separating from now, my second husband. He told me he never forget. He always knew that Michael Jackson was a pedophile because he never forget the interview with his sister. And then after I see this documentary, I went to look in Google for the interview with his sister. And Latoya Jackson, she talked about it openly, that her brother was a pedophile. And The sad thing is, she went in many news talking about that, and she did many interviews about that and talk openly, and people got caught up in something. Did you see something? Did you personally see something? No, of course not. Michael Jackson was very careful to not be caught. He had a electronic system to warn him when people were approaching. This is well known. This is not now that we learn. But she talked, she went and screaming every one day. She just stopped because she gave up. Because people did not believe her. So yes, this, and then I watch the interviews, these programs I like. I like to watch Bill Maher and, John Oliver. They just basically say what this was out in the open, like the documentary says. This was out in the open. The same thing with R. Kelly. He's for 30 years doing that. For me, these two cases are all about money also. But in the same time, there happened to me, and he didn't have any money. They are very good manipulators too, especially if they have a lot of money. Oh, but Latoya didn't see. Of course, nobody sees. These cases are not witnesses. The witnesses are the kids that have come out, sometimes many years later, like happened to me, like happened with people in the church, in the Catholic Church. Like, shouldn't we have learned this already? To not be questioning the victim so much? And Michael Jackson was doing for everybody to see. He was having relationships with these boys every 12 months or so. He had dates. He sat down with them to have picnics in front of the cameras. So let's not be so naive and pretend that didn't happen. Not anymore. Let's look at the reality and tell it like it is. That gets me tired to deny reality. No more. That's over. Let's watch these examples and not do this again. And another thing that I talked to a video about my son, let's stop rewarding bad behavior. If you think, oh, we're not gonna listen to R. Kelly's music, but Michael Jackson is kind of more difficult. Why? Why? It's just music. Let's listen to the music from people that are not pedophiles. Let's listen to Lady Gaga. Let's listen to music from women that are not predators. Let's support people and give our money and our time and our positive energy to people that do positive things. Why is that so difficult? Why is that? Anyway, that's it for today. Beijinhos.